Hi, how are you doing? I'm going to give you a short presentation on the anatomy and the physics of the clarinet, all right, which is a cylindrical column. Now notice, open at one end, closed at the other. All right, there's a very, very slight opening here where you put the reed, and you're talking about millimeters here. Now the reed, the vibrating reed, is what produces the sound through the column. And what you produce is a standing wave here. Standing wave, I mean the waves appear to stand still, but they are not. They're very dynamic. And you control the frequency or the pitch. Pitch to a musician, frequency to a physicist. All right, it's the same thing. By closing and opening the holes. You see, I have all the holes closed here. Everything's closed. All right? And as I open these holes, I shorten the length of the column. You see? And as I close them, I lengthen the column. When the holes are all closed completely, you're at the lowest pitch or frequency for the clarinet. This is a soprano clarinet, by the way. All right? And I'll show you what happens. I have all the holes closed. I'll open. Notice what happens to the pitch. Pitch increases, frequency increases, as you can see, all right, just by doing that. Now I'll close them. All right. So that's how we actually make the sound. And that's called a lower register, the clarinet. All right. Now I can go to the middle register by opening this octave key here. See? I open this key, I shorten the length even more. Now watch what happens when I open that up, press down, close the holes, notice what happens. Closing the holes, I lower the pitch. All right? But I'm in the middle register. See, the clarinet has several registers, which makes it a very durable instrument. As you can hear, I can go from very low to very high. Now, in this presentation, I'm not going to talk about the high register, all right, which you can get, all right, on a clarinet. But most of the songs that we play are done in the low and middle register. Now this is all wood. This is a buffet clarinet. It's pretty good, all right? And it's a wood instrument. Some clarinets are plastic, usually ebonite, all right? And of course the nature of the material determines the quality of the sound. Clarinet works much better, or sounds better, all right, when it's a wood instrument and not made of synthetic plastic. Synthetic plastic is essentially a polymer, all right, which can be used. All right, but as you start to play better, you want to sound better. So you gravitate toward a more expensive instrument like the buffet, which is a wood instrument. All right. It's very, very hard wood. It comes from the impingo tree in Africa. Extremely hard. And it takes machinery to actually bore out the column itself that they use for steel. Indicates how hard this wood is that we use. Right. Now, the physics involved here is very simple. All right. Opening and closing the holes, all right, lowers the frequency or increases the frequency. All right. As we open them, of course, the frequency increases. As again, musicians call it the pitch increases. as I had shown you earlier. And what I'm going to do now, I think, is do a little song, something we all know, from The Wizard of Oz, called Over the Rainbow. And I'll play it in a low register, all right? And then I'll show you what happens when I use the octave key. See, as you see here, how it changes. All right, so I'll give you a demo. Let's try that song, which everyone seems to know, regardless of what era you're from. Watch, low register first. Now, I'll open the octave key and listen. By doing that, the pitch should increase. All right. We lengthen the wavelength, shorten the frequency, and this is all governed by the wave equation, where the velocity of the sound traveling through here is a function or is proportional to the wavelength of the sound times the frequency. Watch when I open the octave key. Notice the increase in pitch and the change. I put a little ad-lib in, went down to the lower register, and notice how the pitch actually decreased, or the frequency decreased. Remember, this is all governed by physics, in a way. Physics of a cylindrical column. All right? Open at one end, closed at the other. Okay, until next time.